My name is Believer Buffalo. My name used to be just Buffalo. My name used to be just Buffalo because I am a buffalo. Do you recognize me as a buffalo? Now my name is Believer Buffalo because now I believe in Jesus. Have you heard about Jesus? Jesus is a real-life superhero because Jesus saves everyone who believes in him. I believe in Jesus, and Jesus saved me. That is why my name now is Believer Buffalo. Hey guys, that makes me think of a story Jesus tells. But instead of me telling you the story, I hope you can watch my friends, Peter Pig and Flying Freddy. They are going to show you the story Jesus told. Do you think you guys can watch them show Jesus' story? Okay, listen up, because here it is. And it's called The Story of the Prodigal Son.
Hey, Flying Freddy, why do you look so sad?
Oh, I'm Peter Pig. I'm just feeling really down.
What's the matter, Freddy?
Well, Peter, you know how my dad has that big farm? I asked him for my part of all we had, AD, and he gave it to me. But instead of being responsible with it, I wasted it all on foolish things.
Oh no, Freddy, that is not good.
I know. Now I have nothing left, and I am too ashamed to go back home.
But Freddy, you should go back home. Your dad will forgive you. He loves us no matter what.
Do you really think so?
Of course, Freddy. I will even go with you.
Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying this story. Peter Pig went with Flying Freddy back towards the big farm Freddy grew up on. And when they got close to the farm, Freddy's dad saw them coming from across the field. And when he did, Freddy's dad ran up and gave him a big hug. Now, let's watch more of the story, so listen up.
Freddy, my son! Son, you are back!
Oh, my dad, I am so sorry for what I have done. I do not deserve to be called your son anymore. I am so sorry.
That is nonsense, my son. I am just glad you are home safe. Now let's go celebrate you coming home.
Guys, after Freddy got that big hug from his dad, they all went inside their house on that big farm and had a huge party celebration. Everybody that lived on their farm and even all the neighbors came and celebrated Freddy's coming home. Now, let's watch more of the story. Listen up.
I am really glad you went back home, Freddy. Your dad is so happy, and wow, that was quite a party they had because you came home.
Thank you so much, Peter. I have learned my lesson. From now on, I will always remember the love and forgiveness of my dad. Even though I left for a while and made some wrong choices, my dad welcomed me home and was so happy to have me back.
That's the spirit, Freddy. I am so happy for you. You are a good friend.
Hi guys, did you enjoy that story? Pastor Travis will be out in just a minute to talk more about it with you. Thanks for watching our show and be ready to talk about it with Pastor Travis. Bye.
You liked Freddy? You like Believer Buffalo? You like the raccoon? Okay. Who was your favorite? Freddy. Okay. Freddy the Buffalo was your favorite? Brooklyn, who was your favorite? Freddy was your favorite? Frankie, who was your favorite? Freddy. Bailey, who was your favorite? Oh, Oli, who was your favorite? Believer Buffalo. Bailey, who was your favorite? Believer Buffalo. Okay. So guys, let's talk about the story that they just told us. Who wants to come up and tell me something that they remember about the story? Oli, come on up here. You grab a seat right over here. So, what do you remember about that story that we heard? Remember what was going on with Flying Freddy? What was going on with him?
His dad gave him a big hug.
His dad gave him a big hug. Thanks, Oli. You can go back. Bailey, come on up. Grab a seat. What do you remember about the story, Bailey?
His dad gave him a big hug, and Freddy was sad, so he had a big farm, and he didn't want someone to play with him at home.
Yeah, he was sad, but then he went back to his dad's big farm. That's right. Brooklyn, what do you remember? Come on up. What do you remember about the story?
His dad gave him a big hug, and he was sad.
Yeah, he was sad, and then his dad gave him a big hug, right? Okay, we'll go back. Hey, buddy, come on up. How are you doing? Are you having a good day?
I like candy.
You like candy, don't you? Okay, buddy, thank you. Theodore, come on up. Hi. What do you remember about the story?
That Freddy was doing bad things about that farm.
Yeah, Freddy was off doing things that he probably wasn't supposed to, but then his friend Pig told him, hey, you should go back where?
To the farm.
Back to the farm. And who was at the farm?
His dad.
His dad was at the farm. That's right. Okay, you can go sit down. Renly, do you want to come up? Hi. How are you today, Renly? I heard you doing your exercises over there. Are you having a good day? You're doing great. Can you give me 5? All right. Thank you. Go back to your seat. Good job, Randy. You did a good job. Okay, go back to Miss Lindsay. Go back to Miss Lindsay. You did a great job. Okay, Frankie, do you want to tell us what you remember from the story? Okay. Caroline, can you come up? I sure like your little braids. Yeah. What do you remember from the story, Caroline? You remember the buffalo, right? The buffalo was kind of telling us different things about the story. Do you remember what the buffalo's name was? His name was Believer Buffalo, right? And who did Believer Buffalo believe in? Who does he believe in? Jesus, that's right. Thank you. You can go back. Frankie, did you want to come up? Okay. Anybody else want to come up that didn't come up already? Rourke, you want to come up? Come on up, buddy. All right. Grab a seat. What do you remember from the story, buddy?
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Good job, buddy. Good job. He said, "Boo." You all heard it. You all heard it. All right, so Flying Freddy was upset because he was off doing things that maybe he wasn't supposed to do. But then his friend, Piggy, right, Peter Pig, said, "Hey, go back home. They will be so happy to see you." So Flying Freddy went back home. And what did his dad do when Flying Freddy showed up at home? What did he do? He gave him a big hug, and then they threw a party for him. And you know, Jesus told that same story, and he explained that God is the same way. Even when sometimes we're off doing things that we're not supposed to do, if we go back home to God, he will throw a party for us because he's happy that you came home. So even if you've made some mistakes, and even if you've messed up, you can go back home to God, and God will be happy that you're back. Okay? And if you want, you can have your grown-ups read to you that whole story. Just have them look at Luke 15, 11 through 32, and they can read that same story to you. Now, where's Frankie at? Because I need a dance leader. Come on up, Frankie. You want to lead the dance? Who else wants to help her lead the dance? Bailey and Brooklyn? Whoever wants to come up and lead the dance, you can come on up. And the rest of you that don't want to come up, you can dance down there, okay? All right. You just watch that screen up there, okay? And you see if you can do what they're doing. All right? Everybody ready? Here we go. You guys that come to Wiggles, tell me what this blue box is. Treasure chest. So if you want to come to the treasure chest, you got to stand in a line, okay? So everybody stand in a line. Teddy, let someone go in front of you, please. Well, thanks everyone that came to our first Pew Puppets, and we hope to see you next week at 5 as well. Thanks, guys.